However you party, today we want to talk about how there's a place for everyone. Have you ever gone somewhere and felt like you just didn't fit in with the people who were there? I know that I have. It's never fun when you feel like it would be better if you never showed up there to begin with. This feeling is what will drive our conversation today, because in a lot of ways, it can feel like there's two groups in life, the insiders and the outsiders. This probably happens in your school, your neighborhood, on your team, in your friendships, and maybe even at home. Maybe you have a group of friends that you've been close with since you were little, and when you're with them, you feel like you fit in. Or maybe you've moved to a new neighborhood, and in that new zone in your district, you now feel more left out than you ever have in life. We tend to stay close to the people that look like us, think like us, like what we like, and do what we do. But here's the thing. The kind of party that Jesus is inviting us all to be a part of in this life, that party is filled with all kinds of different people. And so being a party starter means being someone who does that for all people. And that means if we want to be party starters, we have to be the kind of people who see everyone as someone worthy of an invitation. So what would it look like for us to be party starters who include everyone? Well, one of Jesus's friends, Matthew, recorded a story from his life, from Jesus's life, and we get to read it now. Later, Matthew invited his disciples to his home as dinner guests, along with many tax collectors and disreputable sinners. Tax collectors were considered some of the most corrupt, frustrating people of their time. And sinners, well, the religious group kept them out. So a group of religious leaders at the time known as Pharisees had a real problem with this dinner party, and here's what they said. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with such scum?" The Pharisees were purposely keeping others on the outside. And when they judged and questioned Jesus about his friends for not keeping them on the outside, here's what Jesus said. When Jesus heard this, he said, "Healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do." Then he added, "Now go and learn the meaning of this scripture. I want you to show mercy, not offer sacrifices, for I've come to call not those who think they are righteous, but those who know that they are sinners." Jesus came to care for those who need him most. He came to show grace, love, and mercy to sinners and tax collectors and anyone else who had ever been cast out of a group. What does it look like to show mercy in today's world? For starters, it's letting people belong at the table. Have you ever felt welcomed and included by someone else? It's a great feeling. We don't get to decide who's in or who's out. A party starter knows that everybody is invited. We have the opportunity to start the party by remembering that everyone, us included, is in with God. So rather than keeping our guest list exclusive or choosing to see others as out, we have the chance to be the kind of party starters who invite everyone to a full, amazing life that Jesus is offering. Invite someone to a party who is a person in your life that you can make an effort to include. When you think about your life and the people you are most comfortable with and spend the most time with, what categories do they fall into? Who's usually invited to your table? Who do you give a pass or a ticket to have a seat? Maybe you only spend time with people who are athletes, or people who live in the same neighborhood or on the same side of town as you, or people who have the same taste in music. What does it look like to mix it up a bit? Who is someone new that you can extend an invitation to? Not just a meal, although that's a great place to start, but who are the kinds of people that you tend to label as out, unworthy, or uninvited? What's one step that you can take to make them feel celebrated, valued, and welcome at your table? I want you to take a moment to think about this and really cater to someone else in your life and show them the love and grace and mercy that Jesus has shown you. You might feel uncomfortable and you might feel challenged when you're with the other people, but that's growing. That's where you grow. We need to learn about everybody in this world. No matter their socioeconomic status, no matter the different kinds of shows or forms of entertainment that they watch, whether it's anime or The Bachelorette or the Kardashians. Maybe you're a gamer and you despise athletes. Maybe you're a Christian and you avoid people who believe differently than you. I need you to remember that a party starter knows that everyone's invited. We want these spaces to be a safe space where you can show up and just find yourself surrounded by people who want to make sure that you know you're invited to the party. As we close, I want you to think about this question. Who's one person that you want to make sure feels in with you this week?